Good. Boy, calm down. Back on the job, back on the line. This week been good, so I had to hop on, give y'all some weekly live. Today we want to talk about mentorship and being a great listener when you security. All right, we're gonna start off by a good listener. Now remember, security, it's not all about guarding and observing. A lot of more stuff come and play with that. And the more and more you stay at your location, the more and more you get recognized. The more and more people see you and they're comfortable. They feel secure. They feel like they have somebody to talk to. Somebody they can vent to, somebody they can run to if they're in danger. Right? So that brings me to mentorship. Especially if you're working at a public place. All right? You're working at a public place like a retail store, restaurant, something like that tends to have all ages come through every day. You're going to see the same person every day. And you will never know what that person is going through at all. One day, the person can look like they're having a good day. One day, a person can look like they're having a bad day. Like, for instance, yesterday, I hate Mondays. Mondays is a sucky day for me. I feel like it's just like people are just mad because the weekend is over. Or they ran to their check. Or they didn't do a lot of stuff because they didn't have enough time to do on the weekend. Or they just had to come back to work on Monday. I had like so many obstacles yesterday, getting to work late on the train because the train stopped. And I was an hour early. I left the house an hour early to get to work. And still got to work late because of the train. All right. I had people on the train testing me, because of the way I was dressed. Got to work. People wanted to come in and act crazy. Had to kick a couple people out. A couple homicides. A lot of stuff was going on yesterday. But today, it's a different day. Once you get through Monday, the rest of your week is better, right? That being said, you're gonna have to take on a responsibility and a role to be a mentor to certain people, i.e., kids, younger adults, or just some adults who just ain't in the right career path or the right space. You gotta give them advice. But I want to get to like mentorship for the kids, man. So I work in a retail store in the schools right down the street. Got kids come in every day, buying candy and chips, right? And these kids will look up to you because they see this guy, armor on, weapon, all this other stuff, looking really tactical, looking like a guy that can play Call of Duty. So you look like an action figure. So they look curious, and then when they get comfortable, they'll talk to you. So that being said, you have to really know how to respond and try to guide and mentor these kids the right way, because maybe you don't want them to come down the same path of security, because certain kids probably not built for it to be in the industry. So this is when you have to come in and guide them, give them stuff that you wish people would have told you when you was younger, or when you was leaving grammar school, elementary school, to go to high school. Giving them smart advice, telling them the rights and wrongs, telling them how to deal with relationships. So that way, if they don't have somebody at home to guide them and everything, they got it from you. And it pays off. It pays off. Trust me, you feel good. You will know that you made an implant on a community well as another life. So remember, mentorship is one of the keys in the security game, and that's what a lot of people some of these content security creators, they don't really put, it's all about action, action, action. I'm gonna post thumbnails with guns, and all this other stuff to get views. And no, we not over here for views. Like I told y'all before, this is for informational purposes. I'm not gonna ask you guys for money, none of that stuff. All I ask is simply just subscribe. Like is free, bro. It's free. Just like on Reels, you like them, it's free. Give me the algorithm. With that being said, always mentorship, man. Always have a script, or always just be genuine when you're talking to these people, especially younger. Because you influence them. They might say, hey, I'm gonna do security. I'm gonna be like him. They looking from the outside, but not knowing in, you gotta have your body right. You gotta have your mind right. You gotta, put up with all this different stuff. Not knowing you away from your family. Not knowing you missing nice days. You can be out working out. You can be out kicking it, or you can be out doing other stuff. So you really have to get them good guidance on, okay, if you really want to do this, this is what it's going to take. All right. So mentorship is definitely big. Second, we're going to get into listening. I just had an older lady, man. I was just at my post, just chilling right there. And she came out of nowhere and was like, you got a gun on you? And I don't like to answer that question because, if you see me with body armor, of course I have a weapon on me. And of course my weapon is exposed. But at the same time, it wasn't in plain sight of view. So she really couldn't see it. But that being said, it led down to a deep conversation where I didn't really talk. I listened to her for about 20 minutes, and she's an older lady, about 80, 77 through 80 or something like that. And she was just telling me that she lost one of her sons to gun violence, and then she lost the other son. He's alive, but they're not talking because of what happened to the first son. So it really blew my mind that she said when a guy killed her first son, it's like he killed both of them because the second son was blaming her why he got killed. And that hit deep. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And she was just going, she had to talk to her son, and in years she tried to reach out, but he's stubborn, not gonna, respond, and all this other crazy stuff. But the point is, the way she was talking and looking, she needed somebody to talk to, especially somebody that's gonna remind her of her son or just a younger family member. Because you gotta remember, these senior citizens, they need somebody to talk to. And hell, you got the time, so why not talk to them? So always look presentable. Always look like you can able to have a conversation. Still have a masculine frame. And that look, that you don't want to be tested, but at the same time, you got to judge people. I'm not saying discriminate, but you have to judge people and to see, are they really going to do some stuff? Because that lady looked like she was just dying to talk to somebody. I guess she didn't have anybody to talk to, none of her friends, none of her sisters, none of that. So it felt good just sit there and listen. I was engaging with her, I was asking her questions, and she really needed that. We had a nice little conversation for 20 minutes. She was just telling me all her life problems, and it didn't affect me. It just gave me, honestly, it gave me some advice, how to handle things and things not to do. And it made me feel good because after she expressed herself to me, because she was saying like, I can't even talk to my psychologist like this. It felt good. It made me feel like, hey, the security shit, it's not all about looking tough and ready to get into shootouts and all the other shit. It's really 90% mental, man. It's a mental game, and that's what we have to realize that it is a mental game. So always be a great listener. If it's from the public, if it's from the employees you protecting, or anything, now if they talking crazy and shit you don't want to hear, like politics, slander, you can always walk away. Just tell them like, hey, look, I don't want to hear that. But if it's something genuine, just take the time and listen to them. Take the earplugs out and put your phone down or whatever, even if you don't supposed to be on your phone, and listen to the person, man, because you'll never know how it would help somebody. So being a listener and a mentorship is good. Now we passed that. It's gonna be a short live, you guys. I just told you I was just tapping in. We still got a lot of shit to come up. As y'all saw in the community, I posted. I've been back on the board, having fun with that, man. It's my body getting back to it. Plans on trying to get to Cali, go to a skate park out there. Well, she does some concert with some other guards. So we're looking forward to that. And yeah, it's getting hot in Chicago, so it's getting a little bit crazy. And yeah, so I wanted to tap in with you on that stuff. And I will be dropping some videos next month. I know you guys don't really look at the lives, but it's here. My lives are, typically for the guards who are on long shifts. They can just turn it on, or just anybody. They can just turn it on and just put your phone in your pocket and listen to me talk. And, because I'm gonna be talking about some bullshit, and I'm gonna be talking about some good shit. But it's always gonna be about some positive shit, man. So that being said, man, y'all stay safe. Y'all be good out there. And if y'all got any other questions, any other ideas, comments, y'all like, subscribe, hit me on the email. I've been seeing a lot of people and starting to follow me on Instagram. Instagram is MissionManMax32. And I can get on there and talk to y'all on there too if you want me to talk. That being said, man, y'all be cool, be okay, be safe. Talk to y'all later.